After hearing about the Oblivion remake, I just had to goof around in the original. I think it encapsulates how silly the nature of the game is perfectly. I hope you enjoy. Oblivion is like cheese. It looks both beautiful and disgusting at once. You crave it, but when it's time to chow down, it leaves an old cheesy taste. But Father Todd has given me hope. I must cope with this hope. I hope to sustain myself by immersing myself as I did all those years ago. I begin by drinking the Kool-Aid Sir Patrick Stewart gives me. I suck it down in gulps and craft an animal only Oblivion can. If the remake strays from this creator, it will be an absolute failure. But I have faith, because Todd has never once lied to me. Ever. Meet Gribbles. It's the first word he heard at the bottom of the well he was tossed in as an orkling. He's the perfect physical manifestation of friendship. All he wants in life is to hug. He loves knuckle hugs, even hugs the bars of his cell. Sir Patrick looks deep into my eyes, and I want to hug him, but I cannot, for I am too stunned with his beauty to move. I then gently squeeze Rats with affection. I then discover something crucial to the outcome of the playthrough. You see, when Gribbles sneaks, he can gently tickle his new friends with the tips of his fingers. It's magical. I then proceed to tickle all of my new friends until they fall asleep. Perfect. Later on, Glenroy tries to look deep into my eyes, but he wasn't friend material. Sir Patrick then said I was cool, so we talked about the stars for a while. My friend admires Gribbles.
They're behind us. Wait here.
God, I hate him.
We then watch Sir Patrick die.
And hug him?
Dude, this was like
And hug him,
2005.
George?
I watched these two friends knuckle hug each other for 10 hours straight. They must really like each other. Gribble stole their cool hug bracelets because he was so jealous of their friendship. It was all going great, but I had a problem. Gribbles needed to fulfill his destiny by mastering the sneak tickle. At this point, he was accrued 15 in sneak, so he practiced sneaking around his goblin friends for a long time. Gribbles was still incredibly saddened about the loss of his best friend, Sir Patrick, so he set off to find his only living son to hug in his place. He met some really rude, pointy-ear things and threw fire at him, but with the power of friendship, nothing could stop him. I hug my way through hell and find a friend who would rather stay in a cage with his new friends than return home. What a guy. I find a shiny rock and I'm sent back home. I try to love a dinosaur. I also found Sir Patrick's only son, and that makes me really happy. I also met a friend who was terrified of the man frozen in time behind him. I can see why. I then attend Martin's welcome party at a cool castle in the mountains. I met a nice lady who wanted to hug in her house, but I left because it smelled kind of weird, but I gave her a few hugs anyway. Now I know it's been all fun and games up to this point. The real end game was coming up though. Gribbles' true purpose, to join the Brotherhood. Where else could he fulfill his true purpose? I meet a cool guy in a black robe who tells me to spend some time with an old dying man named Rufio. Of course I did. I spent a while just watching him. I was unsure of how to act. Should I give him a cuddle? Or is that too much? In the end, I just decided to give him a little tickle. But Gribbles may have been a little rough because Rufio just wouldn't wake back up. He must have, got excited and, passed out or something. So he decided to play a prank on old Rufio. He stuffed him behind the bed. He would think it's so funny when he wakes back up. I took a nap, and my friend in the robe came back to see me. That's what I always did. You can just sleep right next to him, and then Kyle will come back to see you. He invited me to his house and everything. Things were really starting to look up for Gribbles. My new friends liked me so much, they gave me a really important job. They wanted me to hide in a box and surprise the ship captain in his bedroom. I was very excited. I thought it would be a good time to practice sneaking while the sailors were distracted. I then show one of them the crouch technique, face to face. I'm just waiting for these guys to stop talking. I'm leveling as they're talking.
Must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind. I then became confused. I enter the boss's arena. I am stunned by the majesty of his greatness. Perplexed, perhaps. I don't know how to proceed. I decide to practice until I gain the courage to confront him. But in my semi-conscious practice, I realized that the captain began walking around the room. Gribbles realized that he must have seen him, but was too shy to talk first. What should he do? Such a friendly face. He wanted so badly to tickle him, but he couldn't find the nerve. Gribbles just enjoys his scent for a while. He wonders how long this friendship could last. He wonders if the captain is as cool as the other sailors. All jokes aside, if you haven't played Oblivion, I implore you to at least make a character before the remake. It's such a fun thing. Like I hinted at before, it's incredibly dated. I mean, I think vanilla World of Warcraft was still kicking when this game dropped. It was an absolute revolution, though. It's like finding an old toy from when you were a kid, right? Oh man, do you remember those dinosaur movie hand puppet things you'd get from a Happy Meal or whatever? They were everywhere, and people actually collected them. That movie was revolutionary because it was one of the first fully 3D animated movies, right? It looks super weird today, but it meant something to us then. Just like Oblivion. We were absolutely stunned with it then. Of course, it's going to be hard to capture the magic of the original in the remake, but I don't think it really matters. It's going to be a new experience. It's going to be adaptation theory to its finest. Can it hold up to the original as far as nostalgia? Probably not, but that's not what it's about. It's for a new audience. It's for the new generation of kids to enjoy. We should be happy about that. Maybe they'll go back and play our version. Gribbles finally finds his nerve. He makes the first move, but his fears are manifested. The captain didn't like Tickles, it seems. In fact, he chased Gribbles for some time. He was relentless. Maybe he thought himself too cool to enjoy friendship with an orc that looks like a tadpole. Eventually, he chased Gribbles into the belly of the ship. Poor Gribbles was so scared. He hid behind some barrels, and the captain continued his onslaught. He crouched, terrified, for so long. So, what do you hope to get from the remake? Obviously, I just hope it's fun. Personally, I just also hope that it's a direct remake with quality of life improvements. I also really want improved combat. Like, I want something more akin to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2's combat. I know that's probably not going to happen, but a boy can dream. Eventually, Gribbles does finish the job. He makes friends with the captain. He gives him the best knuckle hugs he could muster. The captain was so impressed with him that he collapsed in relief. Gribbles decided to give him some space. Can't get over it. Gribbles.
Yeah, look at him. I killed him.
He's
I
not
made
dead.
this man deceased.
He's not dead.
Kiss him on the cheek. Mwah.
When you wake, we love.
You only lover I ever take. Never again.
No, don't put that in my head. No. And if you made it this far, I'm so sorry. Our regularly scheduled content will be back up on Friday. Until then, thanks.